Good evening, everyone. This is your host, Jess, and I have a question. When does a birthday lose its magic? When does it become a day like all the rest? I don't really know, and I really couldn't tell you exactly why. All I know is I felt this way when I turned 23 recently. The day happened, it passed, and I continued on as the days, just went on. It didn't hold the same meaning it did like when I was younger. I planned to talk about this a little earlier, but New Year's feels like the right time to talk about it. I believe I know why. I almost feel undeserving of it. I don't mean like not having a birthday, but having like a good, joyous birthday, or really any fun special occasion like Christmas. I just took all the fun out of the day by telling myself I shouldn't be having fun. And I had to think back to years and years ago of how I thought about myself, and I think that was always the answer. Self-image is a bitch, ain't it? Looking back, I see myself comparing every little thing about myself to someone else. It was always, I could be so much better. Instead of, it's okay. It's awkward laughing about it now, but I beat myself up for, everything. Every good thing, every bad thing, and the normal crap as well. At every turn, I found a way to make myself feel bad. Now, that might be because of some childhood trauma. Thanks, Dad, I appreciate it. But it's been happening for years now, and I started to question what the point of it was. I look back at people who are successful, and I thought I could never be like that. Well, I looked at every social media and was like, I couldn't be like that. I always told myself no, instead of bring on the challenge, baby. I watched a lot of YouTube during the COVID years, and also COVID sucked a lot. It was the best for the mental health. Let's be honest. It sucked major wiener. Point being, when I was watching YouTube, I would love to watch Technoblade. Dry senses of humor are my favorite, and every time I watched, I was happy for him and happy for myself. I was able to enjoy something, but in the back of my mind, I always made myself refer back to, I could never do something or be great, loser. If you had a conversation with him about that, he'd definitely disagree, but people always told me I can do great things, but after hearing it so many times, I just stopped believing in myself. I didn't want to believe in myself. I feel like someone else carved out who I am for me, and I utterly rejected it. I definitely think that mindset hurt me. I told myself that I couldn't be anything, and I started to take away the fun in anything. Maybe I thought I was trying to not let anyone else define me, but I was defining myself from the start. I put myself in a box and lied to myself for a long time. Told myself only when I reached this arbitrary point, very arbitrary measure of success, then I can be happy. It sounds silly, doesn't it? But it felt so real to me. I never felt like I got close to my goal whatsoever, and I felt like I kept trying to climb up, and every time I would make it to nowhere, there'd be no progress. Some days felt way better than others, but overall, I was negative towards myself because I didn't achieve this goal in 8 milliseconds and 5 pizzas to spare. Success is defined by people who already, quote-unquote, achieved success, but they defined it themselves. It's not saying you can't pull inspiration from people who are successful, but you can't let someone else's life define your own. You have to lead your own path, and I saw that I stopped leading myself. Instead, I started just leaving myself in the wind, going, ah, ah, ah. When I finally noticed it, I made a change this winter. I started making small changes. I gave myself a little sleep schedule and the smallest of goals to do in a day. And little by little, I've been starting to appreciate stuff more. For once, I actually enjoyed this Christmas season. All the little things about Christmas, like helping out with stuff like cooking dinner, made me feel a bit better. It's been a small bit of time since then. Yeah, who knows? I would love cooking, and I would love to talk about nutrition and stuff like that. That's wild, Did you know that soluble fiber is great for getting rid of cholesterol because your bile binds to water-soluble fiber. Crazy, I know, right? So your body has to use cholesterol to make more Whoa. Whoa, crazy. But it's been a small bit of time since then, and of course, everything is not fixed. I don't think it'll ever get fixed. I still have some okay days or worse days, but I've been trying, and I've been happy that I've been trying. And you know, that's okay. It's hard to accept that some things are okay, and I still struggle too. But what matters is that, you know, I'm trying my best with it. And you know, you have to do what you can. I cannot promise myself the world, but I can slowly add pieces of my neighbor's yard to my own property. And I also made this thing about New Year's, so, you know, might as well be like, oh, let's do a resolution that we'll throw away in like a day or two. And for, what is it, for a New Year's resolution, I want to just, whenever I give up, I want to, as soon as possible, try again. I know some of y'all have had, what is it? Thing is, every time you get knocked down, you gotta get back up. And you know, you can't stay knocked down. And when I get knocked down, I think I've gotten a little too comfortable staying down. But now, I get knocked down, but I can up again. You know, that thing. I know some of y'all have had better years, worse years, but I hope this year will be at least better than the last. Merry Passover and have a happy Thanksgiving. Feliz Navidad. Feliz cumpleaños. Feliz cumpleaños.